Salut les amis, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please, if you are new in this channel, do not forget to subscribe. As we all know, les amis, that I've been in France for a while right now. And in this video, les amis, I'm gonna share with you about the things I wish I knew before moving to France. You know, les amis, we all got like expectations while moving to a new place, a new country, a new city. But to me, out of all the things that I expected before coming to France, I could say 50-50, like 50% of the things turned out like okay, like expected, but the other 50, it turned out like, oh my god, I didn't expect that this is how it's gonna be when I come to France. And the number one on the list is the administration. Oh my god, every foreigner in France talks about the administration process in France. The administration really sucks. I'm really sorry to say this. And the administration process in France, les amis, it's a headache. Like, you know, when you have a rendezvous, oh, what do you say rendezvous in French? I mean, appointment, you should make it like 3 months or 4 months or 5 months or 6 months before. I mean, you should book an appointment long way back. Or else you won't get your things done. You won't get your things done. And also the papers, they need a lot of papers. I mean, a lot of documents. Like, for example, if you want to move to a new house, you know, it's kind of different from where I was born in Kenya and where I was in India. In India, when you want to move out to a house, you just go with, I mean, you just make the agreement with your house owner and that's it. But here in France, they're going to ask a lot of things. They're going to ask about guarantor. I mean, your guarantor. Someone who could take care of everything, wherever, I mean, things go wrong. Like, it could be your parent, it could be whoever, but they need a guarantor, and that guarantor should provide his working agreement, his salary pay slips, like for 3 months, and I don't know, proof of where he's staying and all that kind of stuff. So if you don't have a guarantor, then my friend, you are not gonna find a house in France. Apart from the guarantor's documents, also your documents, you are working, I don't know, your working agreement, your 3 months pay slips, your, I don't know what, so much things before you get a house. You're gonna be so tired. They're gonna ask you how much you earn per month. For example, if you're earning like 2,000 and the house is like 800, they're gonna say, I mean, the house owner will just be planning for you things, and that makes me so angry. Like, the house owner will be asking, okay, so you are getting 2,000 and you're going to pay my house 800, and how are you gonna pay? I mean, how are you gonna survive on your daily life? How are you gonna buy food? How are you gonna that blah 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 blah? That gives me a headache. I really hate that. And also there is this other thing called carte vitale. I mean, it's like kind of a card like for health insurance. You're gonna wait for like a year, others 2 years. For me personally, it took exactly 1 year. Yeah, you have to wait a whole year for your card to come. That health card, it's called a carte vitale. So if you are planning to move to France and make that thing, just prepare yourself to be patient about it. And guys, everything in France is rendezvous. Everything is appointment. To go to a doctor, you need to get an appointment. Sometimes you could be really sick and your doctor like is not available this week. Maybe you have to wait until next week. Maybe next week you are no longer sick. Well, you could call your doctor and he will be like, okay, I could give you an appointment of 3 days after today, but I'm sick right now. Well, the other thing is interacting with the French, like getting into their circle. That has been so tough, not only for me but to most of the foreigners who came to France. I'm saying this because, you know, the French people like to stick to their circle that maybe they have grown up with. And the other thing is all about the language. You know, I've always been shy about my accent, my French accent. I'm currently trying to improve on that, but earlier before, I was really shy to interact with the French because, you know, they might be knowing the English, but if they are like three or four of them, they will prefer to speak in French. So they will expect you to speak in French too. The thing that I really hate is that whenever you start to speak to a French person, like it's your first time you're meeting this person and you're talking, the first thing they will tell you is t'as un accent. You have an accent. That means you are not French. That is racism. I really don't like that. You know, if someone just asks you, like, tells you like t'as un accent, you have an accent, they mean that you are not French. We know that you are not French, although you try to speak French, but you are not French. So that really sucks to me. So right now I'm really working on my accent so that no one can tell me that I have an accent because my French will be really perfect. So during my first days in France, I made just friends with same mentality as me. I mean foreigners, people coming from Etats-Unis, people coming from America, people coming from Brazil, the Colombians, the Espanol. And finally, after some time, I made French friends. The other thing is all about finding a job in France. I didn't expect that it could be really hard, but yeah, that's how it is. Because they require a lot of documents, they require a lot of experience, and to find a job, it has been really tough for me in France. And you know, wherever I was, I used to think that in Europe or in Western countries, when you're there, like you'll just find a job right away. Like there are jobs all over. Yeah, it's true. They need people. There are more like yeah, there are more vacancies of jobs, but to find it, you need to sweat a lot. Especially many students have been sending their CVs. I got friends that they have sent their CVs like almost to every agency, but the only thing they'll tell you is we will call you back, and then you stay like 6 months, 7 months, a year. You don't receive a call from anyone, and that is something I never expected at all. But that's how it is. The other thing is about debate. But I wish I could practice on the debate during my school times because the French people like to make debates. Even in class, you know, the teacher will just make up a debate so that you can all discuss and give your point of views. That is something that I'm not used to, and I really hate debates because I don't like to argue and all. It's not arguing, it's arguing on the positive side, but they like debate. Even when you're with friends, French friends, they'll start a debate out of nowhere and you have to argue and give your point of views and all that kind of stuff. So you must be good in following up. The kids have been practiced to debate since they are in lower classes. So they are good in debating. The French will be thinking like Africa is just like one place, you know. Africa is just like a country, just like a whole country called Africa, and we have same language. You know, I got an experience whereby someone just asked me, you know, when they see you are black and they just ask, are you from Africa? Yeah, so you speak African language? Oh, there is no a language called Africa. We have a lot of languages, like in Kenya, where I come from, there are Swahili, there is Luo, there is Kamba, there is Digo, there is, I don't know, blah, 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 blah. There are so many languages. So Africa is not a language, and Africa is a continent and not a country. We got so many countries in Africa. And yeah, les amis, those are some of the things I wish I knew before moving to France. And thank you so much for watching. Please, if you got any questions, do not hesitate to ask me through the comment section, or you can ask me through my Instagram page, Khalid Sharif. And see you in the next video. Au revoir.